Most people hear about GoHighLevel and get overwhelmed with all the features and think you have to sell all these different things to all these different people, or you have to niche down to a certain industry, and that has just not been the case for me. I was able to identify one simple feature that I wanted to sell to business owners over and over and over again, and now I make over $700 every single day. Last month I made $26,000 in recurring revenue just helping local business owners with this one simple feature. You don't have to be a marketing wizard, you don't have to have loads of tech experience, you don't need to know how to set up complicated funnels. All you need to know how to do is follow directions and persist when things get hard. This is a very simple business model, not easy. But today I'm going to show you exactly the offer that I sold, how I got my first clients, and how to set them up so they pay you every single month on a recurring basis. I don't have an expensive course to sell you or a high-ticket coaching program. I want to give away everything I've learned over the last couple years building this business, now making well over $350,000 with this one automation, and I want to give it to you for free. And if you've been bouncing from side hustle to side hustle or opportunity to opportunity, if you actually stick to this, you can smash it out of the water, just like you can smash the like button right now. So stick around and let me show you exactly how it works. And before I show you exactly how to set up these local business owners on a software so that it automates the process of them getting reviews and then paying you every single month, I want to show you about Connor. Connor's somebody in my community. He's an affiliate of mine who got started about 7 months ago. And you can see that he has 23 clients now onboarding, paying him every single month, month after month, all active customers. And the unique thing about Connor is that he actually skipped out on med school. He skipped out on med school. And if I'm remembering correctly, I think it was paid for through the military or something like that. He skipped out on it to start his own business, to help local business owners get Google reviews. And now he's gotten 23 reviews. And he tells you it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort and learning, but he's actually doing it. He's actually getting these results. And the crazy thing to me is that people will go to school for 4 or 5 years, go to college, rack up some student loan debt, whatever it is, and then get out of college and struggle to find a job that pays them $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 a year, right? But I promise you, if you stay dedicated to this for 4 years, Connor already has 23 customers. The first 5, 6, 7 months and the first 10 customers are the hardest by far, bar none. Once you get to like 20, 30, the ball really start to roll. That word of mouth will start to kick in and you'll start to grow easier. But he's only been doing it for 7 or 8 months. So let's say that he spends, instead of going to college for 5 years and potentially getting student debt or whatever it is, he's definitely going to hit 100 customers here if he sticks with it for the next 2, 3, 4 years. And on average, our clients pay us about $150 per month on average. So that's $15,000 per month, $180,000 per year without having to go to school and get a degree and do any of that stuff. And you have location freedom, time freedom. You can work wherever you want to. And the best part is once these people are set up, since it's recurring, they pay you pretty much every single month as long as you're still getting them reviews. So it really does compound. Like for me, I know that it was really hard for me to get my first 5 or 10 customers. But once I figured out the process, once I got that ball rolling, now I've only been doing it for about 20 months and I have, I think, 250 active SaaS customers paying me. And for me, I went to school, but I haven't even been doing this for 4 or 5 years or anything like that yet. But I've acquired a couple hundred SaaS customers that pay me every single month, month over month. And there's nothing better than getting a Stripe notification from someone you haven't talked to in 6 or 7 months, paying you another $199 just to help them get Google reviews. It's one of the best feelings in the world. So at this point, you might be like, this sounds really technical. It sounds difficult. I don't know how to do any of this stuff. I'm just a beginner. I'm just trying to make an extra $1,000, $3,000, $5,000 a month on the side. Like this sounds like a big endeavor. And here's the great news. And it's beginner friendly because there's this software called GoHighLevel, right? So what GoHighLevel is, it allows you to, let's show you all the features here. It gives you all of these features that normally business owners are paying 10 or 15 different softwares for, and it combines it all into one platform where they give you different sub accounts. So you can have unlimited sub accounts on the $297 a month plan, or 3 sub accounts on the $97 per month plan, where you could set each client up on a different sub account, and they could all pay you $100, $300, $500 a month, depending on what you're selling them, right? And the great part is that if you're a beginner, they've gone through the process of building out the software, hiring the developers and everything, and now you can just slap your logo on it and it's beginner friendly. And the reason why I love white label for beginners, like white labeling a software or something like that for beginners, is because you don't have to worry about the product side of things, right? To make money in a business, you need to have like a product or service you have to sell, right? So that's GoHighLevel. GoHighLevel providing that product, that software, that service that we're providing. GoHighLevel's built all of it, right? We just have to figure out how to set people up on it, which is pretty simple if you've used the software like that before. And even if you haven't, you can learn it in a couple of days if you actually focus and sit down and don't convince yourself you're not a techie person, right? And so now all we have to do is figure out how to market and sell, right? So instead of having to do product, marketing, sales, all that stuff, and also hiring and paying people to do this sort of stuff, we always have to worry about is marketing and selling, right? Which is simple. It's not easy. It's simple though. And so if you can just kind of put your head down for 3 to 6 months, you can figure these two out. You don't have to worry about this third one, which is a huge time saver. And if you see that you get a 14-day free trial with HighLevel, but you sign up with my link down below in the description, you'll get an extended 30-day trial. You'll get my snapshot, which basically what a snapshot is that it gives you all the stuff I built out for all my clients that we work with for Review Harvest that pay us $100, $300 a month just for reviews. You get all the templates, all the automations, all the scripts, all that stuff baked in. You just use my link down below and I'll send you all that stuff over so you can just plug and play your business name, your logo, whatever. You also get access to my community with like 600, 700 people in it. They're doing the same thing so we can all learn from each other. And then 2 to 3 coaching calls a week with me so that I can meet you where you are and help you get set up and make sure you start making some semi-passive income. I can already hear the keyboard warriors in the comments saying, nobody would pay $100 to $300 a month for reviews. No one's going to pay you that, Clay. You're so stupid. Let me show you why I've had now 300 people pay me $100 to $300 a month in the past to help them get reviews. So here's this is a White Spark study did this in the end of 2023. So 2024 study should be coming out soon. So it seems a little out of date, but it was really only like a year and a half ago. But basically you can see here they have the local ranking factors. So what actually contributes to you ranking in the map pack? So this map pack is like the money spot. This is where local business want to be. This is where you don't have to pay for the clicks or calls. You can see this is $31 for this keyword. So $31 if they click the link, probably a little bit more if they call. These people are paying good money. This is paid real estate, baby, right? This is also a paid map pack position. These 3 are organic, meaning they get free clicks, free calls, and a certain amount of consumers scroll past the ads anyways. So these people are like, they're in the money spot. This is where you're making money because you're getting free leads. You don't have to worry about paying for them, right? And so this little breakdown over here shows you what actually contributes to you ranking in the map pack and showing there. And so you can see we've got the primary Google business category. I can make another video on this stuff. But once we go down here, the number 6 one is a high numerical Google rating. So having a lot of Google reviews or having a high star rating. So 4, 4.5, 4.6, 4.7, etc. Number 8 is the quantity of native Google reviews with text. Okay, now we got 2 in the top 10 there. You can see. Number 13 is a sustained influx of reviews over time rather than burst. So Google wants to see you get a couple reviews every week instead of get 100 reviews one week and then never get more reviews, right? Then you can also see recency reviews. So how recent are these reviews? They like a review that you got today a lot more than a review you got, a year ago or 2 years ago. And then we can see it keeps going. So we can see we've got more for reviews, keywords in native Google reviews. If I just do a search for reviews like this, let's see, you can see positive sentiment in the review text. You can see that means like people are saying positive things about the business in the actual text, authority reviews from third-party sites, stuff like that. So you can see there's a lot of different, ranking factors in the top 20 and the top 30 that come down to your reviews. Depending on who you ask, reviews are anywhere from like 15 to 20% of your ranking. So you can see the local pack, the local map pack, 16% are based on review signals. And so some studies have that as high as 25, some studies have that as low as like 14 or 15. But either way, this is one simple process that a business owner can automate and take off their plate for $100 to $300 a month that can give them very high returns over the long run because those reviews are going to stay there forever instead of having to pay every single month for ads. And as soon as you quit paying for ads, as soon as you quit spending $1,000 or $2,000 a month on ads, it just stops, right? Those reviews are going to be there to stay and help you rank organically so you can get free leads without having to pay for it. And so the best part is for them, like they don't have to worry about, the SEO working or not. It's just like, did we get your reviews or not? And so our service is very black and white. That's why I was attracted in the beginning. Like, yeah, I get your reviews. You rank higher on Google. Bada bing, bada boom. So if you're at all a logical person, you're probably like, okay, great, but show me how the sausage is made. Like, show me how it actually works. Like, let me see the inside. So that's what I'm about to do here. So once you create an account in HighLevel, this is the agency view. So this is where you can see all your clients, and you kind of have the high level, pun intended there, overview of all your clients, right? But when you get a new client, somebody says, yes, I want some reviews, and you want to set them up, all you'll do is you'll click on create a sub account. So once you do this, you're going to have my snapshot. So if you sign up with my link down below in the description, you'll get an extended 30-day trial. You'll get coaching calls with me. You'll get a whole bunch of free resources, but you'll also get the snapshot. So this snapshot has all the automations and everything built out already. So all you have to do is change a couple values, turn some buttons on, and that's it. And so all you'll do is you'll click on imported snapshots. You'll click on this snapshot that I gave you, and then you can search up the business. If you can't find their business when you search it here, then you can just add them manually, but let's just say that we did the best of New York. So we're going to choose this right here, and I'm going to put in some dummy information, and we'll create the account. So now that I got some dummy information in here, one thing to know is that this isn't going to create a user. It's not going to send them an email. This is just creating the account. This is just all the business information on their account. So we'll go ahead and add this sub account. And from there, it's going to take us to see where we can kind of manage this sub account at the agency level. So we can turn on rebilling. Basically what rebilling is, it allows you to rebill for all the expenses that your customers incur and stuff like that. But what we want to do is show you how to set up. So how to set up this account. So click on switch to sub account. It's going to take you out of the agency view and take you down into your client's sub account. So we're gonna get granular here. And what you'll do is, the first thing you wanna do is you wanna add them as a user, right? So you're gonna get them on an onboarding call, a Zoom call normally, or if you're in person, that's even better, at a coffee shop or whatever. And you wanna add them as a user. You're gonna go to settings, you're gonna go to my staff, and then you're gonna click on add user here. You're gonna click on add user here, and then from there you can add their email, their phone number. It'll allow them to generate a password, and they'll be able to log in. Once they log in, you want them to click on connect Google Business Profile. This is going to allow us to pull their Google reviews. This is going to allow us to respond to their Google reviews, to kind of get some insight into their business. And so also it's going to allow us to use all these Google reviews to post on their social media, grab their review link, all that stuff. And so once you connect the Google Business Profile, what you'll want to do is you'll want to go to the reputation section. You want to go to settings, and you'll want to grab your review link. So click on review link, you'll have it connected, and it's going to give you the Google review link. And then you're going to add that to the custom values that we'll go over later. But once you've connected their Google Business Profile, you want to go to contacts, and you want to add their previous customers. So you want to go to their CRM, their booking system. I have a video about a CRM integration, how to create a CRM integration and pull their contacts and all that stuff. Just look up CRM integration on my page or GHL connector. That will give you some ideas of how to do that. But you can just upload a spreadsheet of all their previous customers. And the first play we're going to do is a review reactivation. So we're going to get their previous customers from last year, 2 years, and we're going to reactivate them by adding them here via a CSV file and then uploading them to this workflow. And so to add them to this workflow is really simple. All you actually do is you just go to contacts, you select all the contacts or whatever, and you click here and just add them to the workflow. But in this automations, you can see this is we have 2 workflows for review requests. This is kind of in that snapshot. We have the reactivation message. So this is when we reactivate their previous customer list. So we're going back. And then we have the normal review request. So this is when we build an integration into their system. So that sounds scary. It's not too bad. There's lots of tools that make it easy, like Zapier, Make, Padly, GHL Connector. All that stuff makes it pretty easy. Basically, all that means is, let's say they use Jobber or they use an invoicing system or QuickBooks or something like that to invoice their clients. We just want to get plugged in with that so that when they get a new customer, it sends the information automatically into GoHighLevel. We can automatically request the review. And so you can see like this review request workflow, people will automatically be added via tag, so you don't have to do anything. It checks whether they've left a review or not. And you can see I have sticky notes explaining all this, and I have like an 8-hour video on YouTube explaining all this. But it sends a text message, it sends an email, and then it sends a dynamic number of follow-ups based off of what you set at the custom value level. And so from there, all you have to do is go to reputation, go to settings, go to reviews AI, turn on auto responses. So you can create an agent. You can create an agent that has a particular tone on how they want to respond to their reviews, or you can start from scratch and kind of add your own tone to it, which is really neat. So now we're not requesting reviews for customers, we're responding to reviews for customers. The last thing is repurposing these reviews. So with that, you can use these widgets. So they have these beautiful review widgets that look pretty good. When they get a review, they can display this on their site. They can get this code, embed this code on their site, and then you'll be able to see all the reviews that are on their website. And the last thing is just we can turn these reviews into social media posts. They'll click here, connect their Facebook, connect their Instagram, and then boom, click on post reviews. It'll automatically post all their 5-star reviews with the photos they wanted to upload, their colors, all that stuff. And so that's kind of how you set them up. The brain of this sub account, kind of how you change everything, is through this custom values. So that's how I've engineered it on the Snapshot side of things. Basically, all you have to do to onboard a client is click those buttons to turn stuff on, get them to upload their customers, hopefully create a CRM integration. Once again, I have plenty of videos on that. And then you just come in here and you upload the values. So their Google review link, their logo link, their personalized image, their name of their business, all that stuff, how many times you want to request a review. So it's basically like, how many times do you want to follow up, all that sort of stuff. Under how many times you should follow up, how many times you request a review. This how many review requests, I meant to say, is that this basically is monitoring how many review requests they're sending out. And if they don't send out the threshold that you want them to send out, boom, it's going to notify you and them and say, hey, we need more contacts, because this business is very contact dependent. If we don't get contacts from their CRM or something, or from a spreadsheet, or they email us their new customers, we can't get them reviews because we're texting and emailing these people to get reviews. And so that's a great way to get notified. And one thing that's really easy too, like I said, integrations. If they use QuickBooks, bada bing, bada boom, click on integrations. You can go to Wave, QuickBooks, whatever here, and then you just click on connect, and then boom, you're connected. And so that's really, really, really simple, which is great. So that's how you onboard them. When it comes to actually getting these customers, this probably is the trickiest part. It is totally doable, and I've actually now acquired over 300 customers in the past couple of years of me doing this. But it is tricky, and this is the reason most people quit, because they're not willing to do the volume and they're not willing to do the work required, right? A lot of the tech issues, a lot of the technical setup stuff, you can figure that stuff out. It takes time, but once you got it, you got it. When it comes to the marketing and the sales, it can be a little bit trickier to feel like you got it, right? It can feel a little bit trickier to consistently produce results. So this is the same blueprint that I followed to get my first 60, 70 customers. It's the same one I recommend all the time. Basically, you start with your local network. You start with the people that already know, like, and trust you. They're in your phone contacts, your Instagram followers, etc. And then from there, once you have some social proof, you start reaching out to your local area, right? So here's the scripts that I used. I literally used both these scripts to acquire clients. You just steal them and start using it. And like I said, once you have the proof from your network of people that already know, like, and trust you, and you've gotten some people results for free, now you can go use these results to get people in your local area to trust you. Because the number one thing you're trying to overcome in the beginning is that these business owners do not trust you. You've got no social proof. You've got no proof. You've got no results. And so we need to go get the proof for free and then use that proof to start trying to profit, right? And so one reason I still recommend reaching out to people locally when you're getting started after you've gotten your first couple customers is because just the fact that you can go see somebody face to face and that you live in the same area is going to build a lot of trust, right? Running ads locally to going nationally was one of the hardest transitions I made because every single number that you're tracking goes down. Your show up rate, your close rate, these people don't trust you. They don't know you from anybody. And so it's a little bit harder to get these people's attention and get them to trust you and for them to give over their card and say, yes, I want reviews and you can charge me X amount of money, that can be very challenging. So this is a 3-step process that I used to get my first clients. Once you have some people in your area that you've reached out to locally and you've gotten some results from them, now use those local case studies and turn them into ads to kind of turn that on turbocharge. And if you think you live in a small area, the area I live in only had 15,000 year-round residents when I was running the ads. And I was still able to add 40 or 50 customers in about 2.5 months. So if you live in an area that's bigger than that, you'll be fine. I've also got loads of other videos on my channel about how to get more customers. One thing you need to take away is that you just need to be having lots of conversations. You need to be talking to lots of business owners. And if you're not talking to a business owner, ask them who they know. Just have as many conversations as possible to try and grow your network and get more opportunities to sell. One thing I want to make abundantly clear, though, is that this is hard. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It does not happen overnight. It took me almost 2 years to get to the point where now I'm about to hit 30K per month in recurring revenue. And so basically, the main thing I want to tell y'all is that you're going to have to deal with rejection. And when it comes to rejection and meeting people on sales calls or meeting people in person for coffee shops, I used to get a little bit nervous, get all kind of wrapped up in, are they going to say yes? How's it going to go? Whatever. And the biggest frame that has helped me to kind of calm down and just push through the rejection is that no one person controls my fate besides me. Right? No one person controls the fate of my business and my success besides me. And so it doesn't matter the outcome of this. If I get a no, I'm one no closer to a yes. I get a rep, I'll learn something from it, and I'll try to take away and get better next time. But there's no pressure on one individual call or one individual outreach or one individual email because no one person is going to dictate whether I succeed or not. I know that that's all on me and I have to put the work in to get the results. And so it's going to take time. It's going to be hard, but you can do it. It is a simple business, not an easy business. If you are considering getting started with this simple, not easy, but simple business model that can eventually make you some semi-passive income, feel free to sign up with my link down below in the description. So if you sign up with my link to GoHighLevel, you'll get an extended 30-day trial instead of the 14 days. You'll get access to a community of almost 700 people doing a very similar thing, and we're all learning from each other. Everybody's really engaged in this community, helping one another out. You'll get access to all my templates, all my scripts. In this classroom, we have coaching call recordings, we have integration training, we have training on our old reviews course, we have the new reviews course that's literally step by step. So days 1 through 7 walks you through how to have everything set up by the end of your first week in business. On the calendar, we have 4 coaching calls a week, 1 with the Facebook ad experts, 3 with me. And yeah, feel free. If you use that link down below in the description, you'll get access to this community and everything for free. And if you upgrade your plan of high level to the $297 or the $497 with that link down below, you'll also get access totally for free. And if you already on the highest plan of high level, feel free to just use the school link to sign up directly there. But thanks so much for watching this video. If you want to watch the full in-depth 9-hour video where I show you how to set everything up day 1 through 7, feel free to check out this next video. Peace.